VIB TV, we're here today with Shane McAffee. He's the General Manager of GVRD, the Greater Vallejo Recreation District. And Shane, I'm here. I wanted to ask you a few questions about this press release that comes from the Patwin tribes with regards to the Glen Cove nature area.
Right.
Can you tell me a little bit about the press release and what you see it as meaning?
Well, the proposal was broached by the two tribes when we met with them back in Sacramento back in the end of April. And they asked us if we...
When you say the two tribes, you're talking about the Yochadehi
and the Cortina.
And the Cortina, okay.
Right. And they asked us if we'd be open to consider a conservation cultural easement on the site. And I thought, well, sure.
Well, what does that mean exactly?
Well, cultural easement, conservation easement, is a physical document that is attached and recorded to the actual deed of the property. So it outlines whatever easements or rights that the city would give up or would allow to have, and it stays with the property forever. So if the property were to change hands, then the easement is still there, kind of like a power line easement or something else.
Gotcha. So this is an additional specific requirement that stays attached to the property with regards to respecting the cultural resources.
Exactly, and it would go so far as to define who those people are that have that easement. And so the city is going to consider that. Of course, since the city owns the property, they're the ones that will need to give it to the, or grant it to the requesters. And so it'll be interesting to see what the final document says.
And so in the context of the folks that are down there protesting, do you think that this is something that will be more along the lines or more in a direction of what they want to see happen?
Well, I doubt it, simply based on the comments that the protesters at Glen Cove have said in the past about these two tribes and the most likely descendant, about their confidence or lack of confidence in these two. From GVRD's perspective, we're hopeful that it'll help resolve the conflict in the situation. So we'll just have to wait and see. But hopefully it's a movement in the right direction, and that the MLDs and those tribes are...
MLD meaning most likely descendants.
Correct. That they're looking to preserve and protect their authority that's been granted to them by the state of California through the Native American Heritage Commission as the tribes to speak upon this. What GVRD doesn't want to do is get caught in the argument about who's the actual authorized tribe and who has the authority to authorize the tribes to speak, because that defeats our purpose. Our purpose is to protect the site, get it usable, and so that people can enjoy it. We don't want to get caught in a fight between the different Native American tribes and who does or doesn't have. They can work that out amongst themselves. If this doesn't work, then if it goes to court, they can try and work it out amongst themselves, but GVRD doesn't want to be caught in that situation.
So in a sense, the conflict there is really sort of boiled down to a disagreement between two groups of Native Americans. What do you think? Do you think that there's a prospect, or has there been any indication that the two groups, the protesters down there and the Patwin tribe, will sit down to discuss their differences in opinion?
I don't know. You know,
Okay.
there's been a lot of water under the bridge, and but we hope that this can be resolved sooner rather than later. I had a conference call today with our contractor, and he's hopeful it can be resolved soon, and we're going to be patient and try and do the best we can.
Okay, well Shane, thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you.
Okay.